In this video, I'm going to make a very brief overview of DataMate. However, before we head over to DataMate, you'll want to check that we have the correct permissions set up for our game. I'm going to head over to create.roblox.com and check that I have the correct permissions set for my API key. I'm going to make sure I'm in the correct account, then head to OpenCloud and API keys. In here I'm going to select the API key that I've already connected to Toolbox. In this video, we assume you've already successfully connected your experience to BulkBrain's Toolbox. If you haven't done so already, I'd recommend watching the video to do that first. However, to check that this is set up correctly to work with DataMate, I'll click Edit and I'll scroll down to the Access Permissions. Here we can see I have a Universe DataStores and Ordered DataStores added. Here I have all the operations selected and the same here that are available. This means that DataMate will be able to complete all operations possible. If you do not select all operations, DataMate may not work correctly. Once you have made sure that your API key is set up correctly, we can head straight over to datamate.bulkbrains.com. Give it a second to load. And in this window, we'll be able to see our recent projects and all of our Roblox projects. If you require, there's also a handy button that gives you direct access to your Toolbox projects. However, I've already got my project set up, so I'm going to select my project I wish to use. I'll give it another second to load. And now, in the Explore menu, we'll be able to see all of our standard data stores. In this example experience, I only have one data store set up. However, you will depending on how many you have, you may see them all, or you may not see them all. In the case where you have a lot of data stores, we may not load them all immediately. You will notice a Load More button at the bottom of the screen, and this will load the rest of the data stores. There is also a handy search box that will help you find data stores, as it's fairly inefficient to go looking through them manually. I'll give you a quick example of this now. Let's say I want to search for this data store. I can just put in test, and all data stores that start with the word test will come up. You'll see if I put in something that's not a data store, we won't get any results, and I can remove the filter completely and see all the data stores again. What may be important is also in the top right of the Explorer is the Ordered Data Stores button. This switches the Explorer to the Ordered Data Stores. And we can type our Ordered Data Store ID in here. For example, I've an ordered data store called Test Ordered Data Store, and this will load our ordered data store. Notice that the values are already in order from lowest to highest. We can also do the same with standard data stores. I'll click this button again to switch to standard data stores, and I'll select our test data store. For test data stores, values are not immediately displayed. We will have to click on each data store to view the value. Also, similar to our data stores, our entries will have a limit to the amount that can be loaded in at the one time. In this example, I'm going to hit the Load More button to view the rest of my data stores. What will also likely come in useful is the search feature for your entries. Simply type in the key here and it will filter your entries. I'm going to search for all entries that start with player 10, and here we can see all of the results, and similar to before, we can just click them to view the value. This concludes our video on the basics of DataMate. I hope this helped you get started, and make sure to check out other videos for more advanced features.